Well, thank you, Chris, for coming this evening and applying for the Parks and Rec and Advisory Committee. I'm Mark Clark, I'm the mayor. We have 7 questions that we're going to ask you. I'll start with the first question. We'll just go around the room. I'll probably run take number 7 since we're missing one right now. But just real quickly, please introduce yourself and share what inspired you to apply for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and what do you hope to achieve in this position. And each one of us will introduce ourselves as they go around.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So my name is Chris Giuliano, and I, along with my family, moved from Southwest Denver back in the summer of 2024. My wife and I have 2 young girls under the age of 5, and another coming in July. So youth programs are something that we're super excited about. As somebody that grew up playing every sport that was offered in my town. I work full-time for a restaurant franchisor based out of Denver. I'm in technology and strategic partnerships, and then I own a small business on the side as of earlier this year. And what interested me in this position specifically was, like I said, with my state of life and in my family, just wanting to make sure that, we had, we plan to see Evans as our home for a long time, and we wanted to be able to take pride in our parks. But not only that, but if there's a way that we can make Evans a destination for others to come to us as well, a little bit of economic boost to the city as part of that. Yeah, any way I can help with that.
Awesome, great, thank you.
Hello, my name is Tammy Pleka, Mayor Pro Tem and also Representative Ward 2. Please describe your previous experience with any parks, recreation, or community service.
Absolutely. So I currently serve on the board for the Northgate Disc Golf Club, which is the premier nonprofit club serving northern Colorado. We're Fort Collins based, but we have players all over, from LaSalle to all the way out to where the Pooter starts up in the mountains. So we're serving a wide area. With that, I'm running weekly leagues with them, helping put on tournaments, preparing for the state championships this year on Labor Day weekend. And so I guess it's kind of a marriage of both recreation and community service in working with them. Mm-hmm.
I'll go to 3. Hi, my name is Allie, and Allie Johnson. And so I have question 3 for you. So how do you envision the role of the advisory board in shaping local parks and recreation policies and programs?
Right, so I'd see that as kind of a 2-pronged approach, where there's one, making sure that we get the community's voice into the chamber. When I was in engineering school, there was this side program for humanities for engineers, because scientists aren't good with people and people aren't good with science. And so here is this kind of program to kind of bridge that gap. And so one, making sure that the voices of the community are heard, but then also that is taken with the right responsibility to see that needs are being met, and not just doing work out of let's say out of assumptions, because we could all sit around and think this is what might be best, but making sure that needs are actually being met for what people are looking for. And so I think that might carry water for any type of advisory position. But as it comes to parks, like there's no secret that we're pretty diverse here in Evans, and there's a lot to consider. So.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, Chris. Jeff Crabtree, Ward 2. How would you approach improving community engagement and participation in parks and recreation activities?
So engagement for the parks, that again is kind of a two-part thing. There's two audiences of people that are already engaged with programs and facilities that may just need a little bit more awareness of what all is going on. And so that might look like at the local park that, you know, my family and I go to, here's a message board about programs that are going on inside of these walls. And on the flip side of what's going on inside these walls, we're advertising, hey, did you know we have X, Y, and Z facilities out here? And obviously that's engagement for those that are already kind of engaged in one way in the city, and obviously leveraging. I know not everybody's on social media, but you know, there are ways to engage with people on there. And I guess the big thing is just awareness. Obviously, if there are program gaps, then there's things to be addressed there, but there's only so much you can do if people aren't aware of what's going on. One concrete example, I was talking about this with my family at dinner tonight before coming here. I'd said, if you drop me in my parents' kitchen right now, we're from Illinois. If you drop me in my parents' kitchen, I know that right in front of the jars of flour and sugar on my mom's counter is going to be the Park District catalog of every program that's being offered in the city that they mail out to everybody. And you could see in April what's going to be offered all through the rest of the summer and into the fall. And if you're looking at the fall, looking for, you know, a gift for your young nephew or niece, like I did, I said, I learned that there's a mini golf subscription through the Park District, or a pass through the Park District, and way better than, you know, some sort of gift card or whatnot. So just getting something in their hands where they can flip through it like a program catalog. I know that there's funds involved with that. There's, you know, it's not free to mail or print anything, but yeah, just getting programs in front of people where they're at, whether that's at a park, here at the gym, or at home where they may or may not have a computer. Who knows?
Appreciate that. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for your interest. I am Chris Delaney, Ward 3, and you don't get bonus points for this, but I find it interesting because we share a name and we also both come from Littleton originally, so it's kind of
Awesome.
cool. My question for you is, what do you believe are the key challenges facing our local parks and recreation system, and how would you address them?
So for Evans specifically, I'd say, well, we've only been here for 2 years, so I don't have decades. I mean, I'm only 31 now, so I don't have decades of experience in anything yet, but program awareness, again, like I mentioned, but obviously with anything that we do, whether it's programs or facilities, there's cost with that. But understanding that there are, you know, federal, state, and private funding opportunities to help kind of bridge those gaps where things are met. And any other key challenges specific to facilities that we have, it'd be hard to say. Again, you know, we've been kind of on the go for the last 2 years. So, but yeah, I think those are the two that I would write on.
Okay, thank you.
Kyle Farrer, Ward 1. What innovative ideas do you have for new recreational programs or facilities in our community?
Well, there's two that come to mind. One would be, I would love it, and I might be biased with both of these, but I would love for every kid in Evans to get to a playground without crossing a major roadway. That would be a dream. Obviously, with programs, you know, we looked for some stuff for my oldest for this summer, and there were maybe some gaps for those that were under 5, and I don't know what that might look like, but programming targeted towards the younger audience to get them active and engaged at an early age. And then the real pipe dream would be an 18-hole disc golf course would be incredible. There are currently, I think it's over 350,000 people in Weld County, and there's only two 18-hole disc golf courses all throughout the county, and they're in Johnstown and Firestone, so it's a little bit of a desert out here. Hence why I play out in Fort Collins mostly. Yeah, where there's land and where there's people that play, which there are plenty of people that play out here, there's a need for courses. So, and that's something that could bring in corporate sponsorship as well, where every hole gets a sponsor, kind of like any old golf tournament, but people would fork up the money to, put in the concrete. It's a lot lower investment than a, a lot lower investment than a golf course, economically. So, yeah, those are the two that come to mind.
Thank you.
All right, and I have your last question. How do you plan to stay informed about trends and best practices in parks and recreation?
Trends and best practices. It's an interesting one. So between being a young father and a homeowner, a new homeowner, and starting a small business, I realize that there's no better place than community to find answers. And so there might be a YouTube video for something, there might be a Reddit thread, there might be, a Facebook group, and there's many people that have done what you all are trying to do before us, and leaning on those that have done it successfully, case studies. I'm sure that there are, old-fashioned print publications about best practices. I read franchise magazines for work myself, but there's no shortage of information with a quick search if you know where to look online.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Chris. We appreciate your time and applying for the committee here and everything. And we have another interview, but we'll let you know. But we really appreciate your time, and thank you for taking the interest in serving your community as well. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Got about 7 minutes. Next one.
Ask some more questions. I know. By the way,
Are we making a aren't we making a
There's
decision?
two applicants and there's two vacancies.
Oh,
I hear you.
thank you.
It's loud.
But I'm so glad he's having another little girl, and in July. That's the best month ever.
When do we discuss?
That's what we were talking about.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, you ready?
I am.
Oh, okay. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming this evening and taking the time to apply for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. We'll go around, we'll each ask you a question, we'll introduce ourselves as well, but we really appreciate you being here this evening. But so my first question to you is, please introduce yourself. Share what inspired you to apply for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and what do you hope to achieve in this role?
Well, my name is Candy Lopez Garcia, and I have lived in Evans for about 9 years now, and my husband and I live here. I've been in the kind of customer service industry for 23 years. Before I moved here, I came from a smaller town, LaSalle, where I was a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission there. I've always just kind of liked being a part of the town, what's happening. I'm always interested in what's going on, and I just thought that this would be a good kind of a place for me to just kind of be a part of and just kind of see what's going on in the community. Excuse me.
You're
I'm
good.
a little nervous. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be a.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, it's all right.
We're
Just-
super informed.
Super, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, just relax.
I am a mother of two. I have a son and a daughter, and I have 6 grandkids, aging from 3 to 21. So I'm very grandma kind of oriented, like to do things, go to the parks, participate in the, volleyball, basketball, that kind of stuff. So that's.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm Tammy Plecca, Mayor Pro Tem Ward 2. Please describe your previous experience. I know you had mentioned Planning and Commission Board, I believe, but please describe your previous experience with that or Parks and Rec and Community Service.
So I grew up in LaSalle, so it was really important to me to be part of kind of the growth and what was happening. And even though I knew that I was a part of a bigger group, I liked knowing that I had at least that my what I had to say was at least being considered, and kind of what my thoughts were being considered. I don't have really too much other than we participate in, the what happens in the community parks, and the recreational parts of it. But in the planning and zoning, I did do a lot with that in LaSalle.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Johnson. You can call me Allie. I go by Allie. So how do you envision the role of the advisory board in shaping local parks and recreation policies and programs?
I've seen a lot of things going on with the parks in Evans lately, and I've been really, really happy. I've just seen a lot of good things going on, and I would just like to just kind of be a part of that, just kind of seeing and being a part of what's happening in Evans and part of the growth. I don't know that everything, I would maybe agree with everything, but everything so far that I've seen has been amazing. What's going on in the community has been amazing.
Thank you. And just one last thing. How do you think your voice will shape what's going on?
I just feel like in what I have to say is going to come from kind of what I'm hearing from my neighbors, and from my part of the community. And it's not just going to be what I'm bringing to the table, but it's going to be my community, my block, I guess my subdivision, what I'm hearing, what's going on, and what their thoughts are.
Thank you.
Candy, thank you so much for coming in tonight. We appreciate your time. My question is, how would you approach improving community engagement and participation in parks and recreation activities?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Sure. How would you approach improving community engagement and participation in parks and rec activities?
Again, I don't know that I would be able to improve it much, just because everything seems to be going smoothly. I like the way things are going with the parks. I would just like to be a part of the team and moving forward, to help, with the growth and with what's going on. I think everything moves to me, it looks like it moves pretty smoothly. And I'm seeing some really nice things happening in the community with the parks.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sorry about that. Chris Delaney, Ward 3. My question to you is, what do you believe are the key challenges facing our local parks and recreation system, and how would you address them?
I think the graffiti is really big. A lot of the damage going on to the parks is a problem. I don't know that I have a solution for that, but I think that with some investigation and involving maybe speaking to some other departments, maybe being able to come up with a plan to do that, that would, it'd have to take more than just, I think, one department to be able to take care of that situation. But I see that as the biggest problem.
Okay, thank you.
Hi there, Kyle Fair, Ward 1. What innovative ideas do you have for new recreational programs or facilities in our community?
Wow. I can't say that I honestly have any off the top of my head right now. Like I said, I've really seen some nice growth, and with the new parks going in, the designs seem really well. I would like to just be a part of what's going on coming in the future, and with to see what you have going on and maybe adding to that, with my input.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sorry about that. How do you plan to stay informed about trends and best practices in parks and recreation?
I obviously would need to read up on what the city or what the department has in store for the community, what the plans are coming up, and then to just read through obviously the guidelines that we have in place right now, rules and regulations, budgets, that kind of thing.
All right, well, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. We did have another interview earlier, so we as a council will have a discussion about the selection that we make, and we'll get back to you. But we really do appreciate you being out here this evening and applying to be part of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and really wanting to help our community and be engaged in our community. We really appreciate citizen
Sure,
engagement.
thank you.
So thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love the sparkle, by the way.